Hello, this is Igoro, host of the Igoro Show, and you are listening to the Steve and Crypto Show. So keep your ears open and your mouth shut.
Hey, welcome to the Steve and Crypto Show presented by thestevestrout.com. I'm Steve.
I'm Crypto Zoo. This is episode 89. It's a short but sweet one this week, but we, as always, thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. And if you want to show your support in another way besides just listening to the show, you can head over to our Buy Me a Coffee page. That's buymeacoffee.com/SteveCrypto. And it's just a way to help cover everything regarding our show, everything, promotional wise, audio, everything in general that's related to the Steve and Crypto Show, and we can't do it without you. So we thank you for your contributions. And if you can't get enough of us here and you want to follow us online, you can find us on all the social medias at the Steve Strout, at CryptoZoo88. We also have a Facebook group that we encourage you to join, where you can promote things that you might be working on. If you got an album or a comic book or a movie that you're working on, whatever it may be, if it's, creative and maybe on the spooky side, then we welcome it.
Extra points.
Yes, extra points for being spooky. It could be in the pop culture realm, but extra points if it's spooky. So yeah, just come find us at the Steve and Crypto Show on Facebook and be a member. It doesn't cost anything except a little bit of your time.
Then, of course, if you want to regularly contribute to the show, you could go to patreon.com/SteveCrypto, where you pledge to support monthly any amount from $1 to whatever. Like he said before about to buy me a coffee, every penny helps. It helps us improve our gear. It helps us promote the show, advertising, everything. It helps the show grow 100%. And another way you can help the show grow is by promoting us, wearing some of our amazing, wonderful Steve and Crypto Show merch, which you can find.
You'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Yeah, you'd definitely be a lot cooler if you did. But it's we have a merch shop set up on Etsy. So just go to Etsy, search for Steve and Crypto, and our merch page will pop up. And you have a variety of a couple different t-shirt designs. We got mugs, there's magnets up there. And then we do have a few other items like pins and stickers and stuff that you could get directly through us. So head over to Etsy. What's the link?
That is, because I'm the one that always rattles it off, Etsy/shop/Steve and Crypto merch. Whoa, I'm watching my cats fight.
They're fighting over Steve and Crypto merch.
Yeah, there's a big old pile of it in the middle of the room, and I make them fight, not to the death or anything, but just for my amusement.
Just put a Steve and Crypto mug full of milk in the middle of the floor and let them battle.
Yep. If I put a regular mug there with milk, they don't even care to entertain me.
Turn their nose up at it, right?
Yeah. But as soon as it's that podcast mug, they're like, "Oh, that's mine.
That's that good
that's
shit.
That's mine, right, motherfucker. That's mine.
That's that good shit." But yeah, those are all the ways you could show the Steve and Crypto Show love and support us and help us grow.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of merch, we're going to have a little bit of merch with us when we head over to Grit City Comic Con coming up.
Yeah. If you're in the Northwest, come to Tacoma in October. I believe it's the 22nd. Once we get closer, we'll have more specifics, but we'll be there hanging out and we'll have merch and we'll be talking with people, and we won't charge you for autographs or anything because nobody will want any, first of all. But
well, everybody, further inside the convention will be charging you for autographs and photos, but we won't.
But yeah, we're doing that. I forgot where my brain was going, but like you said, you mentioned at the top, it's going to be a short but sweet episode, between work stuff and me still recovering and getting things back going around the house. We kind of had a tighter window to record this week. So we are doing this, but we will have we got a promo segment from a filmmaker that's doing a fan film. And we'll discuss that after. We'll talk with CJ Vecchio from Chicago. He'll tell us about his film, and it's going to be cool, man. It's a fan film. It's going to pit Jason, Michael Myers, and Leatherface against each other.
Whoa,
there's cool details where fans could vote on who wins and this and that. So
that sounds fun.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, and then of course we'll have our weekly trivia for you. But right now, I think we're going to run through the little bit of pop culture and horror news and info that's come out in the last week. It's not been much, a couple really cool things.
Yeah. Speaking of news, just real quick before we get to it, I know I've been saying that I've been wanting to give shout outs, to other shows each week if I can, just shows that I'm discovering while I'm on the road or whatever. So another horror podcast that's great at delivering news, and they've been fun to listen to lately. I just discovered them not long ago. They are called New Flesh, a horror movie podcast. I recommend checking them out. New Flesh, look it up.
Okay, where do you listen to them at? Are they pretty much available everywhere? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to them through Stitcher, which is what I usually use.
Right.
Stitcher or Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
But yeah, just look them up on there. New Flesh horror movie podcast, and it's a couple guys that'll just like pick a movie. They'll usually go over a couple things that are current in horror news, before going into a specific film.
You mentioned Apple Podcast. Everybody who listens to us on Apple Podcast, take a minute, leave us a review. Again, it's another thing that we don't mention often enough, that it helps us immensely.
Yep, definitely. If you leave a review, it can kind of help us just stand out to other people when they're searching for podcasts. We might pull up on their radar a little quicker than if we didn't have a positive review. So we thank you, and we thank everybody who has reviewed so far.
So news, let's get the bullshit out of the way first. WB pulled another fucking Batman title.
Yeah.
They were going to be doing on HBO Max the Batman Cape Crusader animated series, and it was going to be produced by Bruce Timm, who worked on the animated series, J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves. They were producing that, and they pulled that again. So that's like in the last month, 2 freaking Batman titles that the WB has pulled.
Yeah, what I heard was that the new animated series that they had planned to release was supposed to be from one of the creators of the 90s animated series.
Yeah, Bruce Timm.
Bruce Timm. It's basically like started my love for Batman, with that TV show. Like that was my Bible growing up. My cousin and I both.
That series is one of like the most acclaimed animated series ever anyways. So
I own all 4 seasons.
I was actually I have the whole set of that too. I was kind of looking forward to checking this one out, because you figure it'd be on the HBO. It'd probably be a little more not R-rated, but to be a little bit more mature.
Yeah, that's what I read as well, is that it was supposed to be kind of a mature adaptation. So,
but speaking of Batman stuff, I guess they are officially starting development on the Batman 2. I guess they started writing process, but that's the only latest on that thing. So yeah, the WB needs to stop fucking up Batman stuff and get their shit together and stop pulling and canceling. And
I mean, I know that it's business, but man, there's so many people that are involved with all of these shows, whether animated or live action.
They put a lot into it. Like, I don't think they've started working on this animated show, but I did hear they might shop it around to other places. So we'll see. But I mentioned that was going to be on Disney Plus. I guess they're developing at Disney Plus a King Kong live action series. Well, I mean, obviously King Kong will probably be CG, but unless they find a real King Kong somewhere, which would be pretty cool.
I mean,
I don't think so though.
It's probably going to look better than the CGI lion in Beast, right?
Oh God. I was worried you're gonna bring that one up.
I told you I was gonna bring it up. I mean, I kind of want to see the movie, and I'm not planning to go see it in theaters or anything like that. I'll watch it when it hits a streaming service. You know, I'll give it an hour and a half, 2 hours of my time, because it kind of like what I got out of it before seeing the trailer is that it seemed like it was going to be Cujo with a lion, but you know, because I read that they were going to be stuck in their car or something like that. But it looks like they kind of venture out a little bit more, and then Idris Elba punches the lion in the face.
Like basically,
real life, that damn thing would have ate his hand.
Basically, it's just going to be a lion stalking his family and him protecting it and having a fucking fist fight with a CG lion, which is stupid.
I guess I heard they make a point of like telling the audience that, you know, these lions over here, they're nice, but this one is really mean. So I don't know what happened to this lion. Maybe someone hurt him. You know, he has to hold up a little doll and show us like where he was hurt or
like
touched.
The bad man touch you.
Maybe he seems like very cranky. He's not in a good mood.
Maybe like Idris Elba's character like molested a lion when he was a cub. It's like a revenge horror.
All these years later, he remembers.
Yeah, it's like I spit on your grave, but lions.
It's like the opposite of what happened with DiCaprio and the bear.
From which movie was that?
Wasn't that The Revenant?
Yeah. Yeah, the bear like
the bear had his way with him.
Yeah. Imagine that. That would suck. Yeah, that's stupid. Anyways, it's gonna be a new Scooby-Doo animated movie. It's a Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo.
Well, that's good.
That's probably gonna be a better quality movie than Idris versus the Lion or whatever it's called. The Lion King.
It's cool to hear that there is a new Scooby-Doo movie coming out, and it is Halloween themed. Because I thought, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought I heard that there was a plan for another Scoob movie at one point, and they canned that. So
the older Scooby-Doo
cool, they're not done with
good.
Scooby.
The older Scooby-Doo movies are pretty good, but Scoob is kind of stupid.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it. I liked what was it? Scooby-Doo Meets Kiss. That was fun.
I never seen that one.
Yeah, that was cool. I've probably mentioned it on here because like the first two characters you see are like janitors or security guards, I think, for the amusement park that they end up going to, and it's a Kiss themed amusement park. But the first two characters are voiced by Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a fun Scooby-Doo movie, and of course, Zombie Island is a fun classic one. You know, there's a lot of good ones. I've been collecting them from Goodwill. Hopefully my kids will like them one day.
I'm partial to the OG cartoon.
Oh, me too. I mean, I grew up on it.
The old series, yeah.
I like that.
Way better. I like you have the Kiss one and the Zombie Island one?
I have Zombie Island. I don't have the Kiss one yet. I'm kind of waiting until I find that one for a good deal, you know.
Yeah. But the thing is, Kiss fans are crazy and they collect all the Kiss stuff. So it might be it might be hard to find one.
That's true. Yeah.
So that makes me miss like FYE. We used to be able to go and get used DVDs like super cheap.
Oh, I know, man. I would go in there like every time I went to Silverdale, I would go to FYE. I felt weird if I didn't. And I mean, you could leave me in there for a couple hours and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
You know, just browsing through everything. That's like it's cool being able to get almost anything that you want, you know, on Amazon or on some other website now, you know, looking for a special CD or something. But there is something special, and I miss this. Something special about just like searching through it, digging in the crates, as they say, you know, and just flipping through the CDs or whatever. And then all of a sudden you find that gem. Like I found a Rage Against the Machine live and rare imported album a long time ago at FYE in the used section. And, you know, you had to look for that. So
it's just like digging through long boxes in a comic shop or at like a convention or something. You just,
Yeah.
You see like Dollar Bin or something. You just dig through and you find all this cool old shit that you
All of a
used
sudden,
to have, or
yep.
introduces you to something else.
You find a gem in there and you're like, you look around, like hide it under your shirt.
Oh, that's stealing.
Well, no, just until you get to the
No, I'm
counter,
just
you know,
kidding,
I don't want anybody punch me in the face until I get to the counter. Like, yeah, don't be trying to take this shit from me. This is mine.
Yeah, well, that's how did we get to this point? I think we mentioned fighting CGI lions and then Scooby-Doo, and then getting punched in the face over $1 comic, and which is a perfect segue.
Hey, it can happen.
Just a perfect segue to the announcement that Halloween Ends is going to go straight to Peacock and theater same day. So
is that like a punch in the face?
Maybe it's kind of like a punch in the face that boosts subscriptions to Peacock,
Yeah. I like that they're given the option, because I think I was probably thinking about that to myself with a previous film. Like, it'd be nice if they at least gave us the option to watch it at home or in a theater. So, for people who can make the trip and go to a theater and watch it.
Yeah, if you can, definitely see it in a theater. But the reason they're doing it is, like I said, to boost subscriptions to Peacock, because their subscriptions are down. So why not do it with a horror movie? Because people still care less about horror movies than superhero shit or big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not me, not you, but in general. But that's cool. At least I won't. I mean, if it's good, I'll watch it when it comes out immediately on Peacock. But if it's good, maybe I'll think of go and watch it in the theater.
Yeah.
If it's that good.
I probably won't be able to escape to go. I got to be picky with my theatrical screenings these days, but knowing it's coming to Peacock, I'll definitely make a Friday night out of it or whatever and watch it when it comes out.
It looks good though. It definitely looks like a good end to the series. It looks like a lot of action. Like the last one was more just wandering around and searching and dumb chants and stuff. But this one looks like there's gonna be some fucking brawling.
Yeah. I mean, and any of us that are fans of the franchise, I mean, we know this isn't it. It's probably not the end.
No, it's going to open up to something else, but it's going. I think it's going to be the end of the Laurie.
It might be the end of Jamie. Yeah,
for a while until somebody else fucking reboots the whole thing, like like Zombie did. Yeah, it's going to be good. I honestly, after seeing that Terrifier 2 trailer, though, I might be more excited for that.
I think I am.
And like I mentioned, what were we talking about? Oh, we were interviewed by the site recently. My brain is escaping my brain. I feel stupid, but
it's been a long day, man. I can't think of it either. I'm so sorry.
We were interviewed, and I'm gonna look it up here while I'm talking. But we were interviewed, and they asked a question, which led to me saying I think art could become a horror icon. He could be like the next icon, which I really feel, especially after seeing the trailer. I feel really strongly about that now. And the site is Haunted Cinema. So yeah, go find Haunted Cinema and check out. They interviewed Steven and Crypto and learn a lot about us that you don't really hear on here. And so it was cool chatting with those guys. But the Terrifier trailer looks fucking amazing. Couple quick points. Well, it's cool that it looks like just made me really want to see it. It looks fucked up. It's like the first movie.
Oh yeah.
And they did it and they delivered it without even showing probably arguably the two biggest names in the movie with Chris Jericho and
one of our friends, Melissa Rose. Yep.
and they delivered a awesome trailer without the two,
Without
most
spilling all the
recognizable
beans.
faces. So that's kind of exciting.
That's kind of nice. It's cool when they don't have to show everything, and maybe they know that fans of the first one have been waiting a while. I mean,
oh yeah, it's what, 6 years?
I feel like
that?
it's been pushed back a couple times. I mean, there was one point where I think where it was supposed to be released in like November of 2020, and
you sure about
maybe.
that?
Well, I feel
I don't
maybe
think
not
so.
the right.
I think
that
they were
might be
talking about it a lot. They might have started filming it then.
that might not be the right year, but I
Right.
remember them like reading things saying, "Oh, it should be out by this time," or "It should be out soon," or whatever. Just keep reading things about like it's coming soon, and it keeps getting pushed back. So it's just nice to finally see a trailer and know that this one is actually coming to theaters too.
Yeah, that's definitely,
that's kind of a big deal because
I'm really hoping it's
didn't
not.
think that Art the Clown would be seen on a big screen.
I'm hoping that the fact that it I guess probably is kind of still an indie film doesn't limit the theatrical release.
It
there's
could.
a lot of
I
shit
hope
we
not.
don't see locally because of that fact. Like I have to go to Seattle to one of the theaters there, or fucking Tacoma or Everett or something, which I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it gets a run in our local big theaters are AMC and Regal,
but we still have to travel 45 minutes to an hour to get to our big theaters.
Like we have a couple theaters here in town, but they won't show horror. Like the Rose will show like classic stuff. Like I've seen like The Birds and Frankenstein and stuff like that there. But it's not going to show something like Terrifier. So
it's too bad we couldn't get a limited release on it though. I know they have their contracts and deals with other theaters, but man, even just one night in our local theater just to see how many people would actually show up for a horror film here in town, would be nice. And I know it's not going to get the same turnout as some of the films that are directed towards our older demographic here, but still, maybe if the owners would see that there are more people that would come out for a horror title than they expect, or at least I'm hopeful.
Yeah. See, I feel like it would be less like if they try to run at like the Uptown, which is here in Port Townsend, Washington. If they tried to run, say like they ran Halloween, they tried to run like a week, I feel like it'll have like one busy night and then the rest of the week will be dead.
Yeah.
It's such a small town, everybody will come and watch it and blow the load in one night and that'd be it, which would hurt it. You know what I mean? I feel like we could get something like a horror movie night going and show like classic movies and shit like that. Have like a monthly horror movie night, which would be kind of cool, which is something we should talk about and explore. But I don't think we'd get something like Terrifier here. And if we were to get a current horror movie, it would probably be something like Halloween that has a big franchise around it. But
that'd be nice.
But
I'd be happy. I mean, yeah, of course that's not going to happen, but that would sure be nice. I would take that.
But we might get maybe at the drive-in during the week of Halloween. I know he does like a triple feature, and sometimes he'll mix it up, or like he'll do it as like the second movie.
Yeah,
because it'll be to me by then it'll be, and honestly, if we see it, it'll be like second run time. It'd be like fucking November by the time he runs it, so that wouldn't even happen because usually that October ending, that Halloween triple feature he does is usually his end of the season there. So we're not gonna get
it. I'd like to see a horror movie up at the Starlight Room. So for listeners, we have our Rose Theater, which it's in like a old Victorian building, which is pretty much what all of Port Townsend is old Victorian buildings. But up above that, we have the Starlight Room, which is like 21 and up theater basically, because they serve drinks and, you know, beer and wine and whatnot. And they have like recliner chairs and nice couches and things like that you can sit in, and it's just, again, you're in like an old kind of somewhat spooky building, and it'd be fun to watch horror in there. They did show one of the old Friday the 13th movies in there. I just remembered that they did do that. Yep, they did. Probably on Halloween a couple years back.
I think now that you mentioned it, I think I do remember that. But that's where I watched The Birds not that long ago, which was awesome to see. That's like I said, it's something we should explore and look into and see if talk to the powers that be, and maybe we could get them to give us like one night a month or something to get up there. But was it?
Yeah, you know, there's some local things that we definitely need to look into, and as you said, talk with the powers that be and see if we can make something happen. I figure if we put things out into the air, then maybe it'll come true. Like, you know, maybe one day doing live podcasts around the area. That might be kind of fun.
See, I think that would be a good venue because people could be comfortable and chill out, have a drink. We could be, you know, the same. It's not a big venue. We know people that go there are there for a show rather than doing it at a local bar, because you know how it is here locally. People go to the bar to get wasted and go to like the popularity contest and see who's out, and just they don't give a fuck about the entertainment that's happening.
And man, I've been playing around venues here since I was 14, you know, doing live shows. So I know that look that says turn it down. And there are certain venues around here that are promoting like the entertainment a little bit more. I'll elaborate as like some places are more inviting for like, hey, if you want to have a little conversation, you know, a little quiet, private conversation with your friend, come here. And if you want to go get a little rowdy and hear some live music, go here. So you just got to know like what you're getting into. And
but the thing is, people don't pay attention to that.
Maybe I was going to say, maybe pay attention to a flyer once in a while, you know, and if you go to a venue and you see a flyer up, oh, okay, this is going down.
There's music. Maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe if I'm trying to bullshit with my friends right now, maybe we shouldn't go here. Or if you're looking to listen to music or check out a live podcast, then go check it out. Go in. But I've been thinking lately, and it'd be something fun to do down the road, you know. So I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Anybody listening thinks that's a cool idea, let us know. You think you would attend a live show, you know, and listen to us babble and bullshit and maybe do commentary over a movie or something like that, you know. We're not sure what it would be yet, but
yeah,
it'd be fun.
Even just to go and just promote a movie night and just go hang out with people.
Exactly.
You know, like you don't even have to listen to us. You probably listen to us enough, but even we could just hang out and fucking watch a good movie and shoot the shit and have a good time, and
our rose
sell you some t-shirts and hats and mugs and pins and stuff.
Here's a Steven Crypto mug that you can put a little bit of your popcorn in.
There you go.
Yeah, not very much, but still.
Enough.
I mean, your popcorn would look nice displayed in the mug. Anyways, just trying to get out there more and mingle with some people and in the podcast community and in our community in general, and trying to link up with other people that are doing events and whatnot. Speaking of events, this last weekend I attended a NWP Northwest Pro wrestling event out in Vaughn, which is like 20 minutes away from Port Orchard, something like that. And I went out to support my friend Jared Savage, who had a big street fight match against Taekwon Bro, and Taekwon Bro was the champion, and he came out, and I expected to see Jared's entrance after that, but I turned and I just see Jared running out behind him with a trash can over his head, and he smacked the guy down at the floor, and and the match started right there on the spot. It was fun. I saw Mike Coog, who runs the record store out in Port Angeles. I didn't expect to see him there, and you seem to always see at least one familiar face at local events around here. But it was fun. It's like his last big match before he moves out of the area. So I'm basically throwing this out there to say that the face collector is going to be migrating, but I'm sure he's going to find some new ground soon and some more faces to collect. So when you see that Jared Savage is in a local wrestling promotion in your area, go check it out. It's a fun time. And you just might hear him on this show sometime soon.
Yeah, we'll get him in here sooner or later. Let's take a quick break here and meet CJ Vecchio and hear about his movie. And then we'll come back with some trivia. And we both watched a pretty good horror sequel this week that a lot of people
Lion King 2,
talking
Simba's
about.
Pride.
Hell yeah. But we'll talk about Lion King when we get back.
Hey, I'm Lee.
And I'm Brittany.
We're the two crazies from Night of the Horror File,
a horror movie podcast with new episodes every Monday. And today you are listening to
The Steve and Crypto Show. Haha. Was that good? Was I too corny?
Shut up.
Hey, we are on the Steve and Crypto Show, and we have a guest on. We have CJ Vecchio. He's a filmmaker. I believe he's out of the Chicago area.
Chicago.
And he specializes in the horror, like we do here on the Steve and Crypto Show. So
Nice.
He's promoting a new, I guess we call it a fan film.
Yeah, fan film.
Called The Evil 3 that he's going to tell us about here in a minute. But first, tell us who you are and a little about your background.
Yeah, CJ Vecchio here in good old Chicago, Illinois. I don't know how good it is, but I'm in Chicago. So I've always been a horror fan, like I'm sure most of you and all your fans growing up. The Friday the 13th, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies were a huge part of my life. And it just, I've always wanted to write. I've always wanted to direct. I've always wanted to act. And with COVID shutting everything down, my main business source of income, shut it down. I decided I had free time on my hands and I started writing scripts. So I wrote a couple scripts. They went online. They started to get a little on fire and some exposure. And I had a producer approach me. His name's Corky. His name was Corky. Red flag, by the way. Anybody named Corky, red flag. And I'm not mentioning any last names, but it was basically he was kind of screw me. And there's a lot of that in his business too. And I said, screw it. I got my stimulus check, my stimmy check. And I said, let's make the script BL. So it was my first movie I directed. And it's a short, horror short. And we hit the film festival circuit. And it just went on fire. So London, Germany, Canada, and throughout the United States, it just was winning awards.
Very cool. Very cool. And what was that one called again?
BL. If you go to my YouTube site, it's you know what? It should be on there. We're in the process of getting working on a distributorship right now with a network. So that's in the process. But I also did my third film was called The Addict, which that is on my YouTube channel. That was with a studio here in Chicago, which they had a contest, right? A short, and they'll film it for free. So I wrote it. They filmed it for free. That's on there. And then Evil's Revenge. That's my latest movie, which is on the film festival circuit right now. And it should be ending the season and should be ending in a couple months. And then that's about it. Just been rocking the awards and rocking the festivals. So it's just pretty, for a short, for like a year and a half, I just been on fire. So I figure let's just keep stoking this fire, these flames, and we're moving on to the next one, which is The Evil 3, which is a fan film based on Michael Myers, Jason, and Leatherface.
So tell us a little about that. I know it caught my attention because I seen the posts. You know, I like to go and check out filmmakers, their crowdfunding campaigns and stuff. And I saw you had like a really unique thing where you allowed contributors to vote on which character would be the last one standing. So that's
Well, I've been trolling Indiegogo crowdfunding campaigns for the last year, just seeing who's hot, who's not, who's doing a great job, who's not doing a great job, and just taking notes and learning. So the main thing with this crowdfunding, it's on Indiegogo right now. So you either search, go on Indiegogo, search for The Evil 3, or just search horror films. You'll find it on there. My main goal was to have fan interaction and have the fans, because it is a fan film, to be part of it. So a bunch of perks are fan involvement. So you could choose who's going to survive the battle. Is it going to be Jason? Is it going to be Michael? Is it going to be Leatherface? And it's a $20 perk. You get, social media shout outs. You're going to be in the credits. We basically call them teams. So are you team Michael? Are you team Leatherface? Jason's winning right now. Michael's right behind him, and poor Leatherface, I think he's going to get his ass whooped.
I think that recent Netflix movie might have hurt Leatherface's cause a little bit. Yeah.
You know what? And the thing with that movie is, and the same thing with Friday the 13th, 2009. You either love it or hate it, right? The 2022 or was it 2021 version of Texas Chainsaw, you either love it or hate it. I actually liked it. I liked it, right?
There's a lot that I liked about it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the 2009. So basically the gist of The Evil 3 is, and it's not, our Jason is not dead Jason. It's not ghost Jason, right? We have a timeline. So if you go on the Indiegogo page, you'll see our timeline, how we're doing it. But basically the 3 are in Smiths Grove Sanitarium, right? Due to budget cuts, good old Illinois, they're closed in Smiths Grove. So they have to transport the 3 to Livingston County Jail temporarily until they find their forever home. And let's put it this way, shit goes really bad. And that's when the chaos starts.
Yeah, I wouldn't think a county jail could hold those 3 down anyways.
No. Especially during budget cuts, statewide budget cuts. I don't think they're sending the cream of the crop to pick them up. So
down to send them to county. Yep.
Yeah. So, but we have a great team. We have Brett Wagner, the Lost Leatherface. He's going to be a starring role in it. We're just getting all these actors on board right now. Our team on board. We have Rob Kabowski. He's a worldwide legend in special effects. So he's on board, and we just had a production meeting with him, and the shit that he is going to create, the gore. It's and the cool thing about Rob is there's this one scene, I don't want to ruin it, but he needed a life cast, and he's just like, screw it, I'll just life cast myself. Can I be in the movie? I said, hell yeah, you can be in the movie. So this scene, everybody I tell this scene, it's going to be like the money shot of this film. So I'm going to try to get the kill counts up there, but it's also it's about the story. So, I have Zach Eckler. He is a writer. He's on simplyscripts.com. He wrote a screenplay for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 87, which was a screenplay he wrote. Tried to get it picked up. It's awesome. It's probably one of the best screenplays. So that's how him and I hooked up, because of that. And plus we belong to simplyscripts.com, right? So if you're a writer, struggling writer, a new writer, go on that website. They have discussion pages, and you can post your script and you get critiqued and advice. It's world class. It's helped me out a lot. But him and I joined forces. I said, dude, can you help me out? I got a full plate. So he joined on board, and we're whipping out the script, and it's finished now. The final draft. I think we're going to tweak a little bit more. But the thing is too is I just don't want to have a three dudes in leather, in costumes running around in circles, and that's it. There's a story, fans of all the genres, the little Easter eggs. So it's pretty exciting. And then one of the other things too is the producer perk on there is just not, you get the producer perk, you get a thank you and an IMDb credit. You get to do your part of it. So all our producers, we have 3 different endings written. So they get to choose which ending we're going to go with, right? They're choosing so far right now, they're choosing, what we have 13X Studios. Rick, he's doing the custom Jason mask for us. So, we sent them 4 designs. Which design do you want? The patches for the uniforms, what designs, pick the 4, which ones you like. So the masks, same thing. So I want to get everybody to be involved in it. And so our producers, I got them working. Let's put it that way. They're not just sitting at home trolling the internet. I got their asses working, and they love it. They love it. They're coming back. So, and that's it.
To get somebody involved like that, it kind of makes them feel more like it's their baby.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put more effort into promoting it and getting more money to come in. That's what a producer would be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. The whole thing kind of makes me think of like the old choose your adventure books when we were kids. Yeah. Like pick which direction you want to go.
And I love those when I was a kid.
Yeah,
I love those as a kid. So but I mean we start shooting at the beginning of October. So we have locations. We just scored this, I think it's Crown Point, Indiana jail. I was looking at the Joliet prison. They're just impossible to get a hold of with and deal with. So we just scored the Crown Point, Indiana jail, which is actually creepier than the Joliet prison. So we're super pumped about that. We're going to spend the day there. We have this house, beautiful mansion we have for 2 weekends, 10 acres of woods. So that's one of our scenes, dealing with some forest preserves. So we're just, we're casting, we're finishing up casting right now. We're finishing up locations. And then September comes. We just got to get all the organization and all the nitty gritty down pat. So
awesome. And you mentioned there is the Indiegogo.
Yeah, Indiegogo. Search for either The Evil 3 or do horror films. You'll see us. The Evil 3 is on Facebook. You can find me, CJ Vecchio, on Facebook. So it's Instagram, all that stuff. We're around. Do a Google search. And the cool thing is, if you do a Google search of The Evil 3, it was an old Superman TV show back, the black and white. And there was a couple episodes called The Evil 3. So it dominated Google, right? Back from the 40s. So now I just did a Google search. So we're up there. So we beat Superman. We're number 1. If you do a search for The Evil 3.
That's awesome. I'll make sure to get a link up to the campaign and stuff too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you weren't involved in this. Who would you be picking to win?
You know what? People ask me that all the time, and it's like asking who's your favorite kid, right?
Yeah.
I do have a soft spot for Leatherface. But I'm also a Jason man. Yeah, I mean, Jason, and part 3 just had the 40th anniversary a couple last week or something like that.
Yeah.
So I just remember ditching school on a Friday to go to movie theater to see the premiere of Friday the 13th 3 in 3D. And I was the only one in the movie theater. So, Jason, Jason, and we have a custom mask overseas. They're building it just for us. We have a mask and a hood. So they just sent me updates today. That should be shipped out on Monday. We have and these aren't just masks we're buying at Party City, or was it Halloween? Spirit.
Spirit Halloween. Yep.
Yeah. No, we got our Michael mask came from London, which has actually been stuck in customs in Chicago for 5 days. So I'm not panicking yet. We're doing our own custom Leatherface mask, and I sent that out to some of the guys, and they're just like, dude, that's fucking badass. So I'm pretty proud of that.
Nice. Very cool. And people could see past work on YouTube. Would they search your name, or is there a production company?
CJ Vecchio, V is in Victor, ECCHIO. I'm under IMDb. I'm under Chris Vecchio. But if you do a search for CJ, I should be popping up on there, and you'll see my IMDb. Like I said, you go to the Indiegogo page under the Evil 3, you'll see all the credit, links to all of our accounts. That's probably the easiest way to get a hold of us, is to go on the Indiegogo, search the Evil 3, and then you'll see all of our information, all the writers, all the producers, all of our, links to all of our social media accounts. Awesome. So it's going to be pretty badass. I mean, it's going to be bloody. We're going to have some major kill counts, but the thing is, it's going to be a quality story. And I think a lot of the fans, once they're watching it, they're going to be like, oh, shit, I know who that person, or I heard that last name before. So I'm a huge Easter egg guy. Right. So there's going to be a shitload of Easter eggs. And like once again, with our perks and our associate producers, it's $100 perk and you get involved. I'm like, send me little tidbits of Easter eggs. I mean, I don't go, play myself as a know-it-all on all three genres, all three franchises. I don't. So that's where I need help. I went to the associate producers, send me some Easter eggs. If you want me to put in a movie and it's great, I'll do it. So
right on. Yeah. So that's one perk. You can pick the final villain. What are some other perks in there? Yeah, I mean, some of the other perks, your basic, get your name and picture in the credits. I think we're closing. Get your picture in the movie. We're closing that because we're getting a lot of input. Pick a name if you want a victim. The name of victim. If you're pissed off at ex-boyfriend or ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, you could name them. My sister actually named my brother, which I just realized that now I got to go change that script. So my sister paid to have my brother get killed in the movie. We have acting perks. If you're a cosplayer, if you want to play Jason or Michael or Leatherface, we'll put you in, in that we have our actors already set up, but like I said, someone's like, well, what happens if, I want to play Jason, I'm only 5'4". I'm like, well, listen, you want to wear our mask, we'll do camera magic. It's all about camera magic and angles, and so that I can make a 6'4" guy look 6'2". So that's. But I mean, we have a variety of perks. DVD. We have the unrated DVD, Blu-ray. We have an old school VHS. So it's going to be it's a mock of the old Blockbuster video case with a bloody handprint that says Evil 3 on there. That's pretty cool. We have Amy Cote. She's like a horror influencer. Pretty hot. She's doing a custom poster, a little unrated poster, so you guys could get that. There's a lot of perks, awesome perks, interesting perks. If you guys want to, get a Zoom call from the set, we have that. If you want to donate and help feed the cast and crew, there's perks for that, different perks to help out. I mean, anything helps out, because like I said, with the fan film, we can't make any money, which we don't. We're doing this for the love of the genre, right? So like I said, every penny that is, contributed goes for the making of it, feeding the crew, helping the crew, blood, the more we make. So we reached our goal a couple of weeks ago. So our goal was 15,000. Now we're at in demand or on demand, how are they, Indiegogo. So we're going for 20,000 right now. And the more we get, just the more blood and guts and gore that we're going to have. Awesome. That's what we like to hear, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. CJ, thanks for hanging out for a few, telling us about it. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm glad
you're a contributor. So you're a contributor. So
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
so I appreciate that too.
Hyped. Cool, man. Well, all the links will go up, and make sure everybody listening, check it out, get in on it, and pick your favorite villain or monster or whatever we want to call him.
Yeah. Like I said, Jason's number one. He's winning. Michael's right behind him, and poor Leatherface. I don't know. We're gonna have to brutalize that guy, I think. So I don't think he's gonna make it. So any Leatherface fans, $20, help the poor guy out.
Get on it, help him out, help Leatherface.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man. Thank you for popping in.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Doug Jones, the tall, skinny, goofy actor who plays lots of monsters and creatures on film and in TV. But today, I want you to know that you are listening to the best podcast on the air, and that would be the Steve and Crypto Show.
All right, we are back. Thanks to CJ for chatting with us. I'm definitely excited to be involved with that production.
That's exciting.
It's cool. It's got a feeling that Michael Myers is going to pull it off in the end, but we'll see. Let's get to this week's trivia question.
Okay, so I was thinking about it, and I picked a good one.
Before he tells us the question, you guys know how to answer. Hit us up on social media, wherever you talk to us. Tell us the answer, and we'll send you stickers, and we will put you on the list to be in a drawing for even better prizes like movies and merch and shit. So
yeah,
carry on, sir.
I got a box of movies and stickers and games and all kinds of goodies just waiting for you. So as Steve said, contact us on our socials wherever and send us the answer, and we'll send you a prize. So one of my favorite horror movies is Trick or Treat. And so I want you to tell me what the iconic character's name from Trick or Treat is. The little guy runs around with the mask and the lollipop, making sure that everybody obeys the rules of Halloween. What's his name? Tell me.
It's Hulk Hogan.
Listen, brother, you need to give me your candy.
Yeah, that's creepy. Thinking of Hulk Hogan pressuring people to give him candy
with a little sack over his head. Yeah.
But yeah, so
this ain't no vitamins. Where's the candy?
What's that question again?
All right. I want you to tell me the name of the iconic character in Trick or Treat. Not Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat. Movie that's only about 14, 15 years old, but has made a cult following. I mean,
it's growing, that's for sure.
Yeah,
which
it
definitely talked
is.
about recently.
We mentioned it last time. So yeah, I just figured since we talked about it last week and I have watched it recently, and we've been buying Trick or Treat merch from Spirit. I'm looking at 2 Trick or Treat items in my living room right now.
One that you paid for.
The other one was a gift. So
from that unemployed guy in Silverdale.
Shh, we're not talking about that anymore. Sponsorship, remember?
Yeah. So that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed.
But send us the answer.
Yeah. I want to know. I'm looking at the guy right now. What's his name?
Send us the answer. You know how to track us down. And so this past week, a prequel. I almost said sequel, but a prequel to Orphan came out called Orphan First Kill. And it was pretty good. I'm hearing people enjoyed it for the most part. It had some weird stuff that I didn't like, but it was good. I had never seen the movie until you recommended it. Was it last week or the week before?
Yep.
I watched the first one recently, so it was fresh in my mind. And I'll give you my quick opinion, my thought real quick. Having just watched the first one, I started watching this one, and not to spoil, but the first half hour was the storyline was very similar like to the first movie, and I thought we were getting that fucking treatment that they like to do with sequels and stuff that they make you wait a long time for when they give you the same fucking movie with a different story, kind of like I hate to say like Star Wars did with, you know what I mean, with 7, 8, and 9. I thought we were getting that, and then there was a really good twist that changed the whole outlook for it and made me enjoy it. Like, it's still a fresh movie.
That's good.
I won't say too much more, but I dug it. It was they added a nice whole twist to the story and made it a little different.
Yeah, I mean, so it's been 13 years since the original. I'm gonna. Is it fair to talk about the original movie and kind of mention the twist at the end. Can I say it?
Well, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers.
13 years. Spoilers. The little girl is not a little girl. She is, in the original, she is 33, I think they said, maybe 31, 33, somewhere in there. And
I think she was supposed to be 30 in this one.
Yeah.
But
so,
not to cut you off again, I was really worried at them being able to make, because she's obviously aged a little in 13 years.
She's
I was
25
worried
now.
They would make her, that they'd be able to make her look like the little girl again, but they did good.
They did, yeah. And I heard that, there's a lot of shots that, like, if they didn't have to have the camera facing her, and it was a shot from behind, that they did have a little girl, as a stand-in.
Well, yeah, because like standing next to the mom and stuff, you can't, because I'm sure she's not that short.
No, and they also had some of the actors wearing platform shoes too, just to make a little bit of a difference, and camera tricks. Like they can angle it. Yeah. Oh yeah, they can angle it a certain way and make her look much shorter than them.
Yep.
So they did a good job with that. There's a little worry, and I've probably said it before with other sequels, but there's a little worry when they wait too long. When it finally comes out, you're like, okay, is it going to be good? Did they, like, is the hype dead? Did they just wait far too long? But that didn't really matter with this movie. It was good. So yeah, I mean, in the first movie, you find out that she's not a little kid, and so, like, this one, you go into it knowing that, and you kind of expect to not get another twist, or at least I didn't. You kind of know where it's going. Like, okay, it's going to get revealed at some point, that she's not a little girl and whatnot, but then some other shit goes down, and it really flips the movie around in a way. And like, oh wow, okay, well, now these characters are dealing with this situation, and
they almost make you like sympathize towards the crazy girl.
In a way, you'll watch it and you'll know what we're talking about. Yeah,
it was. See, that's what I mean. Like, I was kind of getting worried because, like you said, they waited so long to put a sequel out. Like, they maybe thought we forgot, and they were like, let's just give them the same fucking movie.
Yeah.
But then that twist was like, oh, okay. All right. I like where we're going now. Yeah.
And it makes you want to watch it again, or, well, at least it, like, the replay value is high, or at least to me it is, because now you watch knowing everything, and then you can look at, like, the expressions of certain characters, and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's why they're looking like this right now, because of this thing or whatever.
I think this is a good one. This is a good one to spring on somebody that's never seen it and watch with them. Not for yourself, but to catch their reaction when they find out, the big reveal or this and that. Overall, it was good. I'm glad. Like, it's another one that I wouldn't have been pissed if I watched it in the theater. I would have started getting mad, but then I would have been like, okay, I would have settled back in to my popcorn and enjoyed the rest of the ride. But it was good. Overall, I give it a thumbs up. Not if anybody cares about that, but yeah. With that being said, go watch that movie. If you love horror, you'll love this one. And if you like the first movie, you'll definitely like this one.
Yeah, definitely watch. I mean, if you haven't seen the first one yet, go check it out. You can watch both of them on, was it Paramount Plus, right?
Yeah, you have to watch the first one first.
Yeah. Watch the first one and let us know what you think of it. Let us know what you think of the new one, Orphan First Kill. I'd say within the first 5 minutes of this movie, like, the action is there, they're already getting into it.
Crazy,
kind of like that Day Shift movie too that we talked about last week. Like, the first 5 minutes, bam, like, you're in it. So don't get lost in your cell phone too much, thinking that you got a little bit of time before things get intense. Like, no, just put the phone down and watch this movie. Orphan First Kill is really entertaining.
Unless you're on your phone, like, sharing the latest episode of Steve and Crypto. That's okay.
We encourage you to do that. Yeah. Do that. And we can fill in the spots along the way. If you're like, I missed something, I was reposting, your
like, well, that's good that you got your priorities
the newest
straight
advertisements for the podcast. Like, well, okay, we'll let you know what happens.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you can rely on us for that.
I think before we say bye here, I want to thank CJ Vecchio again for popping in. I keep saying Vecchio, it's Vecchio. Sorry, CJ. But yeah, check out his movie. And be sure to follow us on social media. He's CryptoZoo88. I'm the Steve Strout, and we have that Facebook group that you definitely want to join. And Crypto mentioned the Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/SteveCrypto. And what else we got?
We have our Etsy page, which is Etsy.com/shop/SteveCrypto merch. Go check out the t-shirts, the pins, the coffee mugs, 2 different t-shirt designs, by the way. Why not get one of each?
And also the pins. The pins are through us, not on Etsy.
I would order like maybe 4 of one t-shirt design and 3 of another. Then that way you're covered for every day of the week.
That's good thinking. Good thinking. Yeah. And we also have the patreon.com/SteveCrypto, where you could pledge monthly to keep things going. And we do trying to get stuff up, at least a good post monthly, whether it be pictures or audio or video. Time allowing, but either way, no matter how you support or promote us, we appreciate it. It helps. It keeps us going because we do this for you guys. But we enjoy. We would be doing this. We would be sitting here fucking bullshitting about this stuff anyways.
Yeah, yeah, we really would. We might as well share it with all of you, and it seems like some of you are entertained by it. We really, truly thank you for listening. We really appreciate you guys.
Everybody's entertained. They just won't admit it. That being said, we've been the Steve and Crypto Show.
Oh, we'll catch you on episode 89. Thank you, guys.
90. This is 89. No. We're going on 90. See that?
Okay, cut that.
We're having so much fun on episode 89 that we want to do it all over again, but we're not gonna. So next week's episode 90, and we will see you then.
Catch you next time. Peace.